but it doesn't feel specific. So it doesn't feel Catholic, it doesn't feel Protestant, it doesn't feel Wicca.
It's quite interesting that you say that, because upstairs you were saying it was very Catholic,
Yeah.
that you've got that feel, and yet we
In that
come down
room,
here
yeah.
and there isn't a strong indication of which religion it is.
That's true, but right on this spot I feel very non-secular, I feel very at peace here.
Are you aware of any spirit being in here? I know you say you saw this man kneeling in your mind's eye,
Yeah.
but is there anybody here spiritually now that's active?
As I look out into the congregation area, I'm very aware of one woman here, again from that time period, 16th, 17th century, very elaborately dressed. I'm very aware of in that seat there, just here. I think it's this guy here that he shifted, so he may have
The
moved.
priest or the monk, right.
The priest or the monk there. They seem to be the two dominant ones, but there is another something in here. This one is a skeleton.
And where are you seeing it?
Just over about 1, 2, 3, 4 pews back. It would describe to me, I think, someone who's recently passed. The recent
Right.
thing, you know.
Can I just get the specific locations?
So it's 1, 2, 3. No, back again. That row there you're in now.
This one here?
Yeah, right towards that very end. So you're about there.
So right over
So you're
here.
seeing a skeleton where Kieran
where
is
Kieran
now?
is. Again, it's in my mind's eye. So whether there's somebody who still sits there who's recently gone across, I'm only talking in the last few years, couple of years to 5 years, female.
Although this chapel is still in fortnightly use, staff and unsuspecting visitors are often shocked to discover that not everyone seen in these pews has a right to be there. Replays of people praying are regularly reported, but who are the residual parishioners that refuse to leave this shrine? Some of us knew in advance of the East Wings Association with elderly inhabitants, and I found it intriguing that David felt compelled to enter a small room that only we knew was once used as a...
Here, or lots of astrals want to have a nose and say and speak to me. I mean, the wallpaper is quite modern, so maybe it was something like a first aid room or something like that. There's maybe a room where people died.
Where people died?
Yeah. You know, it feels head-spinningly astral to me, and I know that many people will understand exactly what I say because if they're working in those fields. But when you have a lot of astral activity, someone like myself around, it can make you feel slightly dizzy. There's that element to it as well. But that's something that only someone who was sensitive or had worked on it, I think, would possibly feel.
Richard, I think maybe we can sort of shed some light on why...
Over here?
Yeah, of why David's feeling this way.
It's absolutely right. This place was a rest home for old ladies for at least 10 years, probably longer. Oh. And you almost hit the nail on the head, because obviously a lot of them died and they were obviously put in here afterwards. They refer to it as a morgue, which is a good American name, but what would happen is that after they died, I presume that they would be here and they would be put laid to rest here for their families to come and view them.
That's a classic time also for the astral beings to visit the body, particularly at that point, because especially if they've just passed, the family coming to see them, you know, from my perspective, how else would they know what the family was saying to them but to stand beside them and listen?
Yeah. Right, I see.
Yeah.
So that feeling of claustrophobia makes perfect sense.
And the family thing. So that's a good thing for people who have just recently lost someone or who lose people. Still talk to them, because until the body is officially disposed of, they will hear you particularly.
Right. Belief and betrayal abound in Bolton, but just how long would Smithills' air of reverence remain, and who would push their luck too far?
Let's just stay here for now.
Most Haunted's 13th century base is Smithills Hall in Bolton, a home that has witnessed its fair share of intrigue and perhaps best known for its part in the trial and execution of a Protestant martyr under Mary Tudor's Catholic reign. We were intrigued by what David had picked up psychically in the East Wing, an area currently utilised for mundane office work, but as we now know, one that used to house a morgue. Cue Rachel, Joe, Ian and programme editor Scott to start our night vigils.
If there's anyone here, please could you give us a sign? Could you show us that someone is around us or in this atmosphere?
I just heard a woman's voice.
Really?
Like talking?
Yeah, just casual chit-chat.
Oh, man. Is there someone here in this room with us?
I can feel there's something that just dropped there on the back of my neck now.
Is there somebody trying to communicate with us? Please? I heard it again, talking.
The sound of a female voice is a previously unreported occurrence in the hall and one that still remains unexplained. The cellar is one part of this contrasting and chilling property that isn't usually associated with supernatural phenomena. But its narrow chambers did seem an ideal way to let another of our edit team sample life in the dark. Matt, David, John and myself were already a little nervous.
Do you sense anything?
I don't sense any individuals.
We don't mean...
What's that?
What? What's that?
That was a rattling door, wasn't it?
Is that a door there? It sounds like a door.
It was like someone was rattling the door, wasn't it?
Oh, it does sound just like it, doesn't
That was
it?
the sound of it, yeah. Rattle it.
Yeah, definitely. That is definitely it.
Let's just go in, have a look. I'll get the torch ready because I'm scared.
Very weird.
It is weird. There's certainly nothing in here that could have made the door rattle.
With every other crew member confined to our first floor crew room, we were all perplexed at the loud, almost anger-fueled banging just yards away. Could this be some kind of poltergeist energy or a spirit that wanted our attention? Intent on exploring every avenue, we send another group back into the drab and desolate East Wing. With Rachel previously sensing something in here, help was at hand in the form of Richard and Stuart.
The only one good thing about it is it's warm.
This is massive, this place. It just goes on and on.
It's getting colder now. I don't like corridors.
No one likes corridors,
I
do they?
really don't.
What was that then?
That was me then.
No, bollocks to that. I'm on about down here. What was that then? What was that then?
We want you to talk to us.
Come on, you lousy do something.
Polite to us, do it.
Well, no, I don't want to be polite. I know I should do as a rule, but at the end of the day, sometimes you actually got to give them a bit of a kick, haven't you? In order to get things done. If you're here, make a sound. Come on.
Kitchen. Little kitchen. Let's just stay here for a minute.
Oh my god!
What's closed now? I can't see.
This door.
Shit.
Why would it suddenly slam like that? It wouldn't slam like that.
Well, let's just...
Doesn't Richard?